Hi guys, let's solve today's Leetcode problem, which is problem number 154. Find minimum in rotated sorted array 2. Okay, it's an extension of yesterday's problem. So if you have not watched my previous video, please go ahead and watch it and then come back to this video. Now let's read this problem. Suppose an array of length n sorted in ascending order is rotated between 1 to n times. For example, this might become this if it is rotated 4 times, or it become this after rotating 7 times. Notice that the rotating an array one time result in this. Okay, so this element comes in the first. Given the sorted rotated array nums that may contains duplicates, okay, return the minimum element of this array. You must decrease the overall operation steps as much as possible. So this problem is exactly same as yesterday's problem. Only difference is it can contain duplicates. Okay, and we also have to decrease the overall operation steps as much as possible. Okay, so prerequisite is definitely the yesterday's problem. If you have not watched that, go ahead and watch that. Or if you know about binary search, maybe you can watch this video. Still, you can watch. So yeah, and approach that we're going to cover is binary search. And if you see the constraints, it's not very high. So whatever brute force and other things would work. But this question is not about just solving the problem. It's about knowing the binary search concepts and also how the duplicate will affect the overall time complexity. So this problem is about understanding that. Okay, so now let's get started. I'll give a brief summary of what we solved yesterday. So we were given our array and minimum was at the rotation point. So if you see this array, this is the minimum. Okay, and it is our rotation point, basically from where our rotation started. And if you see, there was left sorted array and then there was right sorted array. Okay, so and both in both the sorted arrays, the minimum will always lie on the right sorted part. Okay, because if it is rotated, which means it is the right sorted part, and there would be some more elements, let's say 3 4 5, something like this. So these elements might have moved this side, right? Which means that minimum always remains in this part. Okay, so minimum always lie in the right sorted part. And we using this mid value, we were determining whether the mid is part of the left sorted part or right sorted part. Okay, and uh, if this mid, so we had basically two conditions. Okay, so if nums of mid was greater than nums of high, which means that let's say array was something like this 0 1. So if this value, which is mid, if this is greater than high, which means that it is part of this mid is part of this left sorted array only. Okay, so when this is part of left sorted array, yeah, so when this is part of the left sorted array, we don't need to explore this, right? Because our answer lies on the right side only. So we will explore right side. So what we did, we moved low pointer to mid plus one. If this was mid, we moved our low pointer here and explored the left part. When nums of mid was greater than this. So now let's see the other case. Basically less than nums of high. So 1 2 3 4 5, let's say. So this value is less than this value, right? Which means that this is also a sorted part and this is also a sorted part. But in this one, since this is sorted, I know the minimum will lie here only. Okay, in this part minimum will always be here. So if this is sorted, which means that our answer might lie here. Okay, or this can be our minimum. Okay, so this can also be our minimum, so we need to move our high pointer to this value. Okay, as if I write some example 4 5, let's say 1 2 and 3. Okay, so this value, if you see, so here our mid is here and this is high, this is low. So if you see this value 1 is less than 3, that is nums of mid is less than 3, which means that this is the minimum value in this sorted part. Okay, and this sorted, it is the minimum value. But this, if we see this array, right, so we already know minimum in this right sorted part, which is this one. Now we have to explore the left sorted part because it may contain minimum, right? In this example minimum was this side, so we have to explore left part. But in this case, if you see, so minimum can be at mid also. Okay, so for that reason we moved our high pointer to mid. Okay, not like mid minus one. So we did do these things. At the end we return nums of low. Okay, so when both of the values high and low are pointing to the same variable, at that point we know that this is our answer, so we return that. And we also, saved some operations. Okay, we also saved some operation by breaking early. So let's say we are given this array, okay, 1 2 3 4 5, and we know that 1 is less than, when we started exploring, so we know that 1 is less than 5, which means this array is already sorted. So we don't need to do any operations. We can directly return the nums of low, right? So we saved some operation over here by breaking early, okay, by having this check. So this is overall summary of yesterday's problem. And in this problem, if I apply the same logic which we discussed yesterday, it will work perfectly fine. I'll just quickly do a dry run, okay, and this is our mid. So we see this value 2, that is greater than high. So since it is greater, we need to explore the right part, okay, because our minimum lies this side. Mid is basically part of the left sorted part. So we have to explore this side. Now when we explored, so our low was pointing here, okay, this is our low. So low, high, and then minimum. So our mid will point here now, okay, mid is here. So now if we see, so this value 0 is less than high, which means that uh, we have to explore the left part, okay. So we will move our high to this mid value only. So now if we compare, this low and high is pointing to the same value 0, which is our minimum. So whatever we discussed yesterday, it is working for this example. Now we will see where it fails, okay, and what exactly the crux of this problem is. So now if we apply the same logic here, so our low would be here, high would be here, and here our mid would be. So now if we see this value 3, our condition was simply if it is greater than this nums of mid. So we were doing moving the exploring the right side, else we were exploring the left side including the mid also. Now we see this value is equal, so it will fall back to else block, right? So else block means if these values are same, right? So for equal also this will move to this here. Now again we do the comparison, so low, high, and whatever mid will be, now new mid will be here. So we compared and then we find this value is again same. So we will move our high pointer again here. Now they are both pointing to the same, so 3 is our answer as per our previous logic, okay. But if you see, minimum is 1, not 3, right? So this is where this fails. So what we tried doing, so when nums of mid was equal to nums of high, so we moved to the left side, okay, explored left, which is wrong, okay. We got to know that this is wrong, it is not working. So now let's try maybe moving it right or something else, okay. Yeah, so exploring left doesn't work. Now let's see if we explore the right side when this value is equal. So if we do so, thing here, our low, high, mid, okay. Now this value are same. We said that okay, if it is equal, we will explore right side. So what we did, we moved our low pointer to here, okay. So when we moved here, now this is our new mid. Again we did the comparison, low value is less than low is less than mid, which means we need to move our high pointer over here. Now since low and high are pointing to the same value, which means this is our minimum. So we got right answer when we, instead of, for equal values, instead of exploring left, when we explored right side, okay, so we found our right answer. But now we'll see again another example where if we explore right side, it will also fail. So it is 0 1 2, left, right, mid. Now we see these values are equal, okay. So in case of equality, what we said that let's explore the right side. So we moved our low pointer to here, right? Now low and right is again pointing the same value, and here answer is 3, okay. But if you see, answer is 1, not 3, okay. 1 is the minimum. So after this, if we explore left side for this equality, this fails, this example. If we explore right side, then this example fails. With this, we can say that neither of this will work. Okay, we have to explore both the sides, and this was our pain point. Okay, if both are equal, we cannot decide which half to explore. Okay, so this is our pain point. We cannot decide with either we have to go left or right when both are equal. So in that case, we have to explore the both the sides. Okay, now if we explore both the sides, so we will be able to handle both the cases. So how will we explore both the sides? So we shrink our search space one every time. Okay, so our search space was this big, and earlier using binary search we were exploring some half and discarding some half, right? But now in equal case, when nums of mid is equal to high, we cannot decide which side to go, which means we have to explore both the sides. Now how will we how will we do? So we will do it with high minus minus. And why will this work? So both the half may contain minimum value, so we cannot decide which half to discard. However, if we remove nums of mid, it is safe. Why? Because it is equal to nums of mid, right? So it is equal to nums of mid. So we are sure that we are not losing on any smaller elements. This was our value. This mid is equal to this high. So we know that when if we move this high pointer just by one value, we are not losing on any unique elements because this value already exists here. So if this is minimum, we will be able to find it here. Okay, so that is why we do high minus minus, basically moving, shrinking the window just by one if it is equal. So that is the core logic for this problem. Now let's do a quick dry run over here. So this is low, high, and mid is here. Okay, so we see this mid value is equal to high, so we have to explore both the pointers. So what we will do, we will move high here. Now again, if we compare, this mid is greater than high, which means mid belongs to the left half. Okay, and our answer is in the right half. So we will move our low pointer here. Now low and high is here, so new mid will point over here. And if we do the comparison against mid, so mid and high, this value is less, so we will move our high pointer to this mid value. Okay, so our high is also here. Now high and low both are pointing to the same value, which means this is our answer. So the answer is 0 in this case. So that is was the core difference in this problem. Now let's discuss the code. So this is the exact same that I have copy pasted from yesterday's solution. Now here there is only difference that I'm going to write. So here uh, low, we had this low and high pointer. Okay, as nums dot size minus 1, we were exploring this low is less than mid, and we were having this case when nums of low is less than high, then we don't need to explore further, we can return immediately. Okay, this saves us some operation altogether. So question talked about, right, we have to save some operation, and we are doing it. Okay, so this is how we can save some operation. Then we are calculating mid, and if nums of mid is greater than nums of high, which means our answer lies in the right half because mid belongs to the left half. So we moved our low to the mid plus 1. Now else what we earlier did, we moved our high, right? But here what we need to do, we need to write else if nums of mid is less than nums of high. Okay, so if this is the case, then we need to move our high pointer to mid if it is less than. Okay, so if not, so basically our last condition is if this value, both of the values are equal. Okay, so here comes the last case. So else what we can do, we can move our high pointer one times. Okay, this is the case when both are equal, and this was the case when our answer lied on the right half, and this was the case when mid can be your answer. So we are exploring the mid and left part, left half. Okay, so and this was the equal part, so we did this high. This was the only change over here. So earlier we had just this else block, now we are having this else if and this else, and at the end after this operation we can return nums of low. Okay, same things. So yeah, that's all for this approach. Now let's discuss the time complexity. How will this impact overall time complexity? So um, we in normal binary search we discarded each of the halves every time, right? So in worst case in yesterday's problem it was log of n, right? Because we were able to discard every half every time. Okay, but here we cannot discard. High minus minus is equal to doing one operation every time. But let's say if we are given already sorted array 1 2 3 4 like this, if this is already sorted and we have this additional saving operation check over here, we won't explore further, right? So in that due to that reason, when array is already sorted, is the best time complexity is O of 1. Okay, now let's see the worst case time complexity. So worst case would be, let's say the array is all duplicates 1 1 1 1 1. So it is all equal, which means our high will keep on moving, 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 moving. Okay, till here, and this will be our answer. So at the end, what we ended up with, we ended up with exploring all the values. Okay, so in worst case, all array contains all duplicates. Okay, so in that case, our time complexity is O of n. But let's say it contains some duplicates and some not, so average will still be near to log n only, because in average case we might be doing some operations for high minus minus where it is equal, but some would still be, we will be able to discard left and right half, right? So it will still be near to log n. Okay, so these are the time complexities for this approach, and this is how it is changing due to duplicates. In the worst case becomes O of n. Okay, this is the change. And space complexity, we are taking some variables, so it is just O of 1, nothing more. So yeah, that's all for this problem. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next videos.